So in Kisoro, this is where I slept, and the place I slept in, or the room I slept in, is called America. We have South Africa, we have Spain, we have Sudan, and many others, but I slept in America. So when you cross to this end, you have animals. This is giraffe, jaguar. The last time I slept in I think it was gorilla. That's where I slept. So a day can never start without food. So today it started with sliced chapatis and beans. That is called chikomando locally. Here they call it gikomando, whatever you call it. And a cup of millet porridge. That's enough to produce energy for the entire day. So that's how we start it. So these two motorbikes are Congolese number plates, if you look at them, and they are here getting goods from these buses. Like the goods came from Kampala. That's how they are able to get goods to their town. So they are going to drive or to ride for 10 kilometers from here to the border. It's around, not even 10, it's around 9 or 7 kilometers to the border spot, and then that's where they will enter, and they'll have merchandise from Uganda to DRC, of course, right from Kampala. And the bus that brought them is here. It's called Jaguar. Starting off from here, this is Kisoro district, one of those districts that are in the far southwestern parts of Uganda, and it is on the border posts of two countries, that is Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. I know Congo is a big country, but this is where we have the Bunagana border, not the Goma border, the Bunagana border. So today in this video, I'm going to be taking you to a point where we can view the mountain Muhavura, which is here, and then the others which belong to the Virunga mountains, still lying into the Albertine Rift Valley, which is part of the Great Rift Valley of the East. So I will start off from here, just giving you highlights of the town as I get through, because the mountain is this other side, but I'm going to be viewing it from this way, where I'm heading right now. So let me start off. The town, I've done a separate video. I hope you've seen the video, and if you have not seen the video yet, look for it. I've done a separate video, and I also did another video 2 years back, but I hope this one is better than that. Let me take you through what I would call one of the streets, and then later we shall look towards where we are supposed to be heading to. So Kisoro is one of those important districts when we come to things to do with tourism. It has several tourism attractions. For example, I'll talk about a 2-year forest reserve. It is not so far away from the Windy Impenetrable, like they're almost in the same area. The other one I'll talk about is the pygmies. Part of them stay around these areas. Then the second one, or the third one I'll talk about, is the Virunga Mountains. We have 3 of them, and that means in those very mountains we have one of the national parks, which is known for the mountain gorillas, which is one of the biggest attractions that brings people here in Uganda and also in Rwanda. So it is these very ones, the gorillas, that cross from Uganda and they go to Rwanda. They also go to DRC. Well, DRC is not talked about in this case. Mostly, it is not that safe according to what we know. There was, most parts are not okay. There are always insurgencies of the rebel groups, the different rebel groups, which is not the case with this one. So this town being on the two border spots, it simply means there is a lot of activity that goes on, like people buying goods from here, like I've just showed you, and they take them to those different border spots. And the tourism, of course, I was still telling you about the advantages. Also, this district is known for agriculture. They are big when it comes to growing Irish potatoes and many other stuff. I will be showing you their market. It is also one of those places where they sell different foods which are grown here, and the surplus one is put on trucks and sold to other countries like DRC, also Rwanda, and if not DRC, to other major towns like Kabale, Mbarara, and also even Kampala. So this is where we are. Let me not waste more time. Keep watching. So just like most towns in Uganda, Kisoro is also busy to a certain extent, because most villagers come out of the different villages that are not so far from here, and they buy stuff from here, which stuff comes from cities like Kampala, cities like Mbarara, Kabale to here. So the town is a bit lively, but development is lacking. That's what I would say. The roads, the streets, the cleanliness, they all are lacking. So this wall that you see is made using volcanic rocks, which rocks are only limited to this district. You'll find them in this district in Uganda, only this district in Uganda. You may also find them in Rwanda, other districts that are not so far away from these Virungas. Yeah. The last time I passed here, this area was a forest, pine trees and some other trees, but they were put down. Now they are cultivating it. But you see all those heaps? Those are heaps of rocks that they have put together. Wow. So most of these pieces of wood that you see in, how are they called? In bunches, those are not just pieces of wood for cooking. No, they are used for growing beans, because mostly the beans that are grown here are beans that are climbing. So they put a stick, and that's where the whole plant climbs onto. So I can hear a group of people this side. They're digging. So here people dig in groups, like I see here. They may be working for someone, or working for someone for money, or working for someone who is a group member. They could be a group working together, like to achieve something faster. Like, 10 families come together and they dig for the other. Makuru. So still talking about the walls, you see the walls built using the volcanic soils. Soils, they are rocks, whatever they are. Could be ash as well. So here people could be digging, like in communities, people dig together. They may come together to dig for someone. Like there may be 10 and there are 10 gardens. Today they dig for someone, tomorrow they go to another person, the other day they go to another one as well. Amakuru. Seseme Integrated School. Look at the bananas here, they're very green and they look healthy. So this person here is grazing cattle. The last time I was here, all this was pine trees. It was a pine field. These three are fig trees. So this could be a sign maybe this was some family staying here. Could have been their maybe ancestral home, and this was planted maybe in memory of something. Because mostly here in Africa, like communities built a lot of things. They did a lot of things, and those things, when you look at them at the moment, they are of value when it comes to the ecosystem, when it comes to the environment, to rain formation and soil preservation. For example, they used to plant trees. When someone is born, a child is born, a tree would be planted. During their birthdays, trees would be planted, and different other celebrations, trees would be planted. Why? Because they wanted to promote or to grow more trees, because trees were used for a lot of things. First, making clothes, that is back clothes, and that was fig trees that were used. When the soils or the leaves fell, they helped in the formation of soil, and the soil would become more fertile. The same trees would be used for constructions, and that's why they never stopped planting trees. And that's why some communities still grow trees, some still plant trees regardless of what is happening in the latest eras. So this is it. And also, since they were depending on maybe hunting, the wildlife, flowers providing honey, that's why they continued to do those practices. Hope you understand me. And also, we had a practice of growing, let me say, of rearing bees, and those bees provided honey. By the way, Kisoro and the West Nile in Uganda are some of the parts in Uganda that provide the best honey. If you didn't know, now you do. Kisoro and the West Nile, or southwestern Uganda, Kigezi region and the West Nile are some of the areas that provide with the best honey, and that was proven through laboratories. Forget about those countries where you see people climbing in trees with ropes and they are lowering down. I think they're in the South Americans, in the South Americas there. All that, here we beat them. In Uganda we beat them. So rearing bees could be some of the practices you do while in Uganda. And honey is expensive, by the way. It is, that's what I must say. So look at this. This is the edge of someone's piece of land, but they planted these trees. Look at this, you see? Just imagine if you need to build a house for your rabbits, you just come and cut something there. It also remains after cutting. So that is one of the reasons why tree growing was important, away from the other importances of trees. That is one of the other things. Building, and this is still a fig tree, and fig trees really last. You'd cut a flesh off it to make backcloth, and it later grows again. Look at this. This is manure. So this person collected the manure, put it here. This is cow dung, as far as I see, and the remains of the foods that it ate, the cows were eating. So they put them here to decompose very well. So they will be transferring them into the garden, because you can't bring them fresh from the cow and then take them there. No. This is a beautiful garden. I think they've already planted here. I see some beans. See the trees at the edge. That is a Grovorio trees. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but those are the ones. The eucalyptus the other side. And I usually advise people not to plant eucalyptus. Plant a Grovorio trees, because they easily decay, they do not drain the soil just like eucalyptus does. So here we are. See down there, I'm going to be explaining what down there is. Look at these are beans, and I've already put these sticks. I've been showing you these sticks. So these sticks help in the process of the growth of these beans. I'm going to be showing you somewhere. I hope we shall find somewhere where the beans are already clawing onto the sticks, and maybe the ones that are already dry. Yeah. So you look at these, all these are stones by the way, but when you look at them, they're all soft. Let me see. You see, this is a rock, but see, very soft. So the rocks here are soft like this. This is now turning into sand. This is sand. So they just mine them and use them as sands, just like here. Let me show you here. Wow, this quarry grew. Most of these were rocks, soft rocks. It's not soil, so they were just collecting off them, and then this is how they look like. The whole thing has been dug. So this is part of the western arm of the Rift Valley. This is where we have the Albertine region. This is the Albertine region. This is the Albertine Rift Valley, part of it. So let me take over your geography classes. If you skipped them, you need this. So this is the western part of the Rift Valley in East Africa, and it is called the Albertine region. This is believed to be part of the incline where the land went into. And in that, I'm sorry for that, I have a cold. Yeah, in that Rift Valley, there is a lot happening. Like we have several volcanoes inside. Straight from Ethiopia, we have northern Kenya, we have Mountain Kilimanjaro, we have Mountain Kenya, we have Mountain Meru, we have in Tanzania, we have lakes as well. We have the Virungas, which includes these that we are about to see right now. A part of the Rift Valley, the Albertine Rift Valley. And this is where we are. Also, Mountain Rwenzori is part of the Rift Valley. So we have a lot of lakes as well. We have Lake Tanganyika, one of the deepest. Lake Bunyonyi, which is not so far away, just behind that hill. It is one of the deepest lakes here in Africa. Then we have Lake Turkana. It is also in the Rift Valley. That makes it one of the deepest as well. We have Lake Albert. It is also in the Rift Valley. Not so deep, but it is part of the lakes in the Rift Valley. We have Lake Edward along that arm. Lake Kivu of Tanzania, sort of Rwanda and Congo is also part. So look at these rocks. I just wanted to show you this. You see, this is a whole rock, but it melts or it breaks easily, and it is sand. That's where they get this sand from. Apart from that, I showed you where they get their sand from these, or from the ash of the volcanic eruptions. That's where they also get their sand from. This is it. Look at this beautiful sand here. So the rock formation from here is different. The rock formation here is different from the rock formation 5 kilometers from here towards the mountain. Is different, very different. So if you clearly see, they get sand out of these rocks. This is one of those sources of sand away from the ashes of the volcanic eruption. If it's not this, it's these rocks, but this is the most they have. You see, it's like if you do what, knead mandazi, is it what it is called? Like if you knead mandazi or dough and then throw it in hot oil and you pinch it inside, it will look like this. Not the color, but I mean the texture. So these ones also look like that because they were hot rocks that were put out by the mountain or during the activity of the formation of the mountains. So this is it. This is where we are. So to me, I believe most of the rocks or most of the part of the soil that was supposed to have this place leveled sank in when the rocks got out, and after that sinking in, those rocks were replaced by soil. The soil replaced the rocks, and when that happened, it simply means the rocks had come out, and that's why we have mountains like Mountain Muhabura, we have Mountain Mugahinga, and then Savinho. Savinho with a B-Y-I-N-Y-O. Savinho. Not Savinho, like some people say. No, it's not like that. Let me show you this. This is Matoke. We are in the village. This is the whole Matoke. And these are beans. You see these beans here? They have this, they are growing faster, like they are going to start crawling, so they will need support. Also, that activity, I believe, that also led to the formation of the Rift Valley, the Great Rift Valley, and where it was too hot, that's where the magma was spewed out. After spewing it out, it led to the formation of different mountains, and at some point lakes. Some other points remained flat. Amakuru. So most of the soil here was taken away, and it was just soft rocks. Most of it was taken as soil or as sand, and this is what remained, something hard. Just imagine if it all was soft, it would fall like this, and then there is this person that built up here. They would also go with it. So crazy. Let me take you down and show you this. There is something under the roof of the house. So guys, you see, I've made this homestead, and this is how they are storing their maize. Possibly this could be for the next season, to be replanted the next season as seedlings, or could be kept here for food. And because they are under the iron sheet, it simply means that if it is, the sun is out, it hits them and they will dry faster. And if in case of rain, it will not rain on them, like because there is this, it stops the rain from hitting the maize directly. Even if it hits the maize, it will dry again easily. And you see these that have purple in them, that is because of the agents of pollination. They're the ones that bring them there. Okay. And these are beans. These are the beans that grow on sticks. They plant them and then put a stick, and this is how they look like. And they're being prepared for the next season. Okay, asante. So you see, these are the pods. This is where you get them from. And this is how a typical homestead looks like. Also these, after getting them off the other thing, you plant them on, this is made out of this looks like sisal or weeds from swamps. So this is how they dry them, and later they will sort them, remove these and put them aside. So this is maize being ready maybe for after they will take it to a milling plant or for planting the next season. Yeah, this is matoke. And this a banana plantation looks like. They have cared for it. I think they're going to be planting beans in here. They still have the space. Okay, deep inside here. Here is a rock. I think they took out the soil. It is a soft rock, and now they took out sand, and now they are growing crops from there. All right. So when you look at this family also, this is how they keep theirs. This one is not having enough shade. That means if it rains on it, it will dry again faster. Same as this here as well. And the family has some goats. Here, goats are taken for grazing after the sun comes out, because if the sun doesn't come out, or before the sun comes out, the grass still has that mist, and that mist has infections, so insects that cause, organisms that cause infections. Yeah, look at this. So guys, this is a common practice. I just wanted to show you. This is how they put them here like this, and then here like this. Also the other side at the back.
waza kunduhura karuhura yanduhura wacha wewe
ka speed na kamani.
aha ashoboye ahubwo
speed ine nyingi
yengo.
So guys, after planting, she will put the sticks. That's where the beans will grow from. So guys, I've decided to go helping everyone. Now let me go and help this. Wewe vite ndio kufata aka kamera nsaba kuhinga niwe habi. So guys, I want to help this one. I don't know what he's saying, but you okay? So guys, this is a fork toe. It's what you use in an area like this, that has a lot of stones. What are you going to plant? Irish. What are the most hard things that you face, you people here in Kisoro? What are the problems you face in Kisoro during farming? Do you get enough rain? Yeah. Does the government support you? Do you get fertilizers?
No.
The soil is fertile. Yeah. Okay. Why do you plant them in rows like this? Abonchi ni mbyaro mza korom niko bakuzeta. Abonchi ni musimbo mu korom. For easy harvesting. Okay. Biahwa. Tikwe. So guys, I grew up in a village. So guys, I have also helped this one. Now I'm going. Okay, bye. And these are some of the Irish. Why do you have only these ones? Was it a bad season or what? Bad season. Do you think this season you'll get better yields? More. Okay, wishing you all the best. So these are the ones, but these ones are growing. Are they the ones you're going to plant? No. You're going to plant others? Okay. Kari, nice season. Bite. Yeah. So guys, I'm done helping that one also. Let me find someone else. Okay, bye. Yeah. This is what happens to your hands when you're not using tractors and you're farming. So that was also another experience. So I showed you somewhere where a woman was planting. This is what comes like in the next 2 weeks. You have something like this. Then after like 3 weeks, they start climbing onto these are maize stalks. Then they add the sticks. So every other time they plant maize, they don't remove the stalks. So this is a gate. They make a frame and put the small branches of eucalyptus trees. This is called Happy Boys Bar. It's a bar, village bar, of course. So at the back, I was helping someone. They make rows like this. This is where they plant most of their things. It is easy for them to weed. They stand aside. Sometimes put one hand for support and the other one is for uprooting. So that's why they plant in rows, and that's why every other time you come to a place like this, you get a clear view showing rows in all the gardens. If you clearly look at this, it is in rows. This one down here is in rows. The other one is in rows. Here women are planting here in this brand new garden. Let me try to zoom in and show you here. These two here, they are planting. This way it's also rows. Sometimes it also helps the water not to run away with soil here, and it also contains the water in there. So here is a soft rock that they are mining for sand. The whole of this, it's a soft rock. Even here it was a soft rock. You see this wall? It was a soft rock. They got something flat. They can even build there. They can do things there. Wow. So this is it. Right here we get to see one of the lakes. I know you can see it. It's here. This is called Lake Molehe. Around here, it is not so big. It's around there and just behind this rock, this hill here, and at the back there, that's where we have the Bwindi Impenetrables, or the Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, which is also home to various apes. Am I right to call them apes? Yeah. Gorillas, monkeys. And then here there is another lake here on top of that tree. That lake is Lake Motanda. So I want to go up there, see if I can get a better view of the lake. Sparsely populated, but when you look at this area, the most happening thing is farming. Like every piece of land here is used, and all the greens that you see here, most of them are bananas. That is it. The area is known for growing bananas and Irish, of course beans as well, and then the other things. Look at that bunch. It's a yellow banana, genetically modified. By the way, most of the things that we have at the moment are genetically modified. I don't know whether in a few years from now we shall be having the real indigenous species of different plants, of different crops that we grow. Not only the bananas, not the beans, everything, even the animals. The goats that we have are genetically modified. The cows, so crazy.
So
Guys, look at these twins, Burongo. Look at these twins. So this is it. You see these beans? They have a tip. Like that is one. After some time they will come and start rolling it on. Then it will grow itself going upward. Sometimes it grows and becomes a thick forest where you can't even enter. You'll only enter to destroy them once they are ready for harvest. So the last time I was here, I heard the rumors that they were going to be building something here. Well, let me see. They're already building. Look at the walls. These are volcanic rocks. Call them volcanic ashes. Magma. So this is where they have the electricity. So the rocks were cut very well. You see them? So without wasting any other time, this is how the rocks look like, and the people here have really planted. That is a banana, that is a rosemary, these are palms. So I think in the next few years from now they'll be out there. So they're going to be having a road that will be accessing this area, and this area, I've been told, the owner has told me that this area will only be accessed with go-karts. Cars will remain somewhere, and here you'll be brought by go-karts. So they are going to make ways for only the go-karts to access this area. So they're also going to be building something up here, but they've started with this. Let's go and see what they've started with. And anything to do with rubbish, plastic, he is tough. He is tough, and you just can't pass by rubbish. That's what he believes. So I passed by a bottle and he was really upset. So this is it. They built something here. I think after some time they are going to be putting it together. All it will be the road to access this way. So let me take you, give you the views. Hopefully we can see the lake and then the mountains. This is how the place looks like. I've really liked the place. I've gone inside, the way they're building. It's really, wow, European. That's what I can say. And yeah, this is it. In May or June, if not next year, I'll be coming back to show you how the works will have progressed. So this is it. We have the lower part. I think that will serve as the bar. We also have the terrace. This, look at the wood. The wood ceiling is enough to tell me that, yeah, this is going to be something magical. Look at it. So I think I'll come back and do a video when it is all complete. So I've been told in May constructions will be done. This is Kisoro, and it gives you greater views of Lake Mulehe this side and Lake Mutanda this way. So guys are still building. We are on site, so this is going to be left open to give you greater views of the other side. So this is going to be a really nice park. So I'm going to be walking you down and show you how the lakes look like and the mountains. The weather is kind of jamming. I hope it is very clear. He has really used a lot of timber, mostly on the floor, and I've been told most of the pine were as old as 16 years. The eucalyptus, this is a eucalyptus, this is pine. The eucalyptus was as old as 60 years, and the pine was around 15, 16. So the floor is also like this. It is like this. I hope I will come back and show you this, guys. Just stick onto the channel. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be coming back to show you once everything is complete. So they shielded the wood with this to prevent damages because of the moisture that comes from the rain. So this is, they're going to be building their kitchen up here. They'll be cooking from up there. Food is served inside here, and I think this is going to be one of the most sought for areas. And I'm saying this, I think I'll come back and testify. Look down here, a lot is still happening. Some grass is being grown there, and yeah, this is where they have their manhole, just here. And more to the other side. Let's go down and see. I've really had a nice chat with the owner of this place, and we've spoken a lot. Look at the rocks. So sometimes this is how the rocks are used for construction. In the walls, they are shaped very well and then used as bricks. So all this will be giving you space to see the other side. This is a temporary structure that will move, and he has told me he's going to be regulating the trees here. He will have a few trees out here. Unfortunately, he did not speak to my camera. He said we shall speak when everything is done. Not forgetting, he also told me these bricks have a story. They're not just bricks. You can look at them, they are bricks that were got from an old structure. Yeah, he told me these bricks are old. He got them from an old structure. Could have been the structure that raised them, but I did not ask. But he told me the structure that gave him these was as old as 60 years, and that's why he got them, and that's why he has them here. He's not going to cover them. You can clearly look at them, how they look like, and also how these ones look like. These are new, the other ones are old. So that's how things are. Let's go down and see what is happening this other side. The site has electricity and a generator. So this is also going to be part of the terrace. This will be part of the bar area. So he has a lot more ways to harvest water. That one is one of them. This one here, the tanks here, and then he also has piped water. So he has several tanks. I've talked about the tanks in our speech, and he was like, yo, he really planned that. And at the back there, those are flowers. In those sacks here, those are flowers that are being set for planting. So they are already planting flowers. So by the time the place is working, everything will be grown. This is a passion fruit in this shade here. It has some fruits on it. So the situation of this will be telling a lot of stories, from the edge of the bricks to the, what are they called, to the volcanic rocks and everything. These are still the bricks, the old bricks. Everything tells a story. He will also tell us a story of how he came up with the idea and anything else. let's go down and see the views of the lake. When you look at a hill like this one, that's one of the reasons as to why people call this the Switzerland of Uganda. Look at this hill here. That is one of the things. So at the back there, that's where we have Bunagana, Eastern Congo. Part of Eastern Congo is that other side. And here, we were supposed to be seeing the Virunga Mountains, but we can't see them, unfortunately, because the weather is not weathering. The views aren't viewing. Let me take you the other side and show you how they look like. So you see, I've been talking about volcanic rocks. Most of these rocks are sand. This is sand. Well, the owner of this place is too conservative. He said he wants this as an experience. People will be coming, walking through these rocks. They're going to be putting up trails. They are working onto a magnificent place, as you've seen it. That is going to be one of the attractions here. So right here, let me try to focus. Right here, we see one of the Virungas. It is here. I don't know if you can see it, guys. So it is here. That lining that you see is of a mountain. This one is also here. Let me slope here and show you the biggest. I'll try to point there because you all can't see it. So when you look at here, this is also lining entering the clouds. That is mountain Muhavura or Muhabura. So there is mountain Muhabura, followed by mountain Mugahinga, and then followed by mountain Savinho. Savinho, not Savinho, but Savinho. It's a local name for the people around here. Also, Muhabura is a local name for the people around here. Even Mugahinga is a local name for people around here. Unlike the Renzoris that have names that I also don't know. I don't really know where Renzori comes from. Mountains, we have also the Elgon. All of those are in the Rift Valley in Uganda. Just like Mountain Kenya, Mountain Kilimanjaro. That is it. And I hope one day I will hike this, and if all goes well, I'll start with this. It is here, that lining that you see here, this lining here. I'll start with this Muhabura and then go to Mountain Rwenzori. If not, go to Elgon and then later Rwenzori. It will depend on my money. So this is it. Please support the channel, and if you support the channel, you're supporting me towards showing you all those things. This is how this area looks like. So when the place is done, like when they're done constructing it, these are going to be places the visitors or residents will be passing through just to have experiences. You go to the lake and have some boat rides. There is someone that is setting up an island. It is somewhere there, like he's building an island using waste, and that island is a very good one. You can check it out. It has different spots. Because I don't have money, I can't pay for a boat ride from here to the island, and I have not talked to the owner, but I sent a message to the owner. If he allowed me, I'd get the money. But I'm planning to come back next year, and I want to come back and do a hike of the Muhabura mountain. Muhabura. Yeah, so I've been told all these. I've been here for a lot of years. Only that whenever fire comes, they adjust, go back to zero. Sometimes it ravages them, some other times it doesn't. So this would be an experience going through this. So the weather in this area is very unpredictable. You see those lines that are going downwards. They look like rays of light. Yes, they are rays of light going through rain. It's raining somewhere. Oh, at the back it is sunshine. Here the rain is doing what it does better. That's why we have that lining here like this. And here the weather is also changing. You can clearly look at what is happening at the lake. Here there is some sunshine, the same as here. The other side it is dark. I've been telling you these rocks are sand. I won't get tired. This is just sand. But imagine these people are not using this sand to build. This one, you just hit it like this and then you have sand. Some are more soft, some are not as soft as the others. Like, look at this. It's all soft, you see? Only that my hand are also soft. So these are sample spaces of what views here will look like. Come sit here, have a drink, you sit there, enjoy your meal. Of course, some trees are going to be cut, regulated, that's what I should say, and that will be a great one to give you a view of the lake. So guys, today the weather has really been tough, but finally we can see the mountains. This is Mountain Muhabura, followed by Mugahinga, and then the other one is called Savinho, and then the other side we have Karinsimbi. Karinsimbi is somewhere here, it can't be seen. It is in the middle here. I can see it, but when you go on the side of Rwanda, it's very visible. And this other side is where we have Congo. So this is Uganda, the other side is Rwanda, and then Congo is this way. So it's a border point where three of them meet. And I think one day, if not this year, next year, I'll have to go hike this mountain and bring you the views. After this, I think I'll go for Elgon. After Elgon, I'll go to the others. And there is this hill here. It can't be seen. I can't show it to you very well, but it is one of the most scenic. If you have a drone and it flies over it, it would give you the best views. So here we are. This is Mountain Muhabura. This is Mountain Mugahinga, and this is Mountain Savinho. Savinho. Go. So Kisoro is left with no tarmac. Most of the tarmac was eaten up, but it still looks strong. The remaining ones look strong. I know the people that worked onto it really put in all it needed.